Could human consciousness pervade the universe? Well, according to hard math, of course it can. And Scientific American article explains this to us. The question of exactly what consciousness is has puzzled philosophers and scientists alike for thousands of years. We, as in the human race, are conscious, meaning that on a day-to-day basis we perceive a great deal about the world around us. We feel, both physically and emotionally, and can not only ask big questions about our own existence, but also about the nature of existence itself. But what exactly is consciousness? Is it something that our brains produce, or can it exist outside of complex, high-evoluted forms of life? Could consciousness be inherent to all matter? Philosopher Philip Goff, author of Galileo's Error, Foundations for a New Science of Consciousness, subscribes to panpsychism, that is, the idea that consciousness is not exclusive to the human mind, but is, in fact, a fundamental feature of the universe that pervades throughout the whole cosmos. He told Scientific American, this does not mean that literally everything is conscious. The basic commitment is that the fundamental constituents of reality, perhaps electrons and quarks, have incredibly simple forms of experience, and that very complex experience of the human or animal brain is somehow derived from the experience of the brain's most basic parts. Human beings have a very rich and complex experience, horses less so, mice less so again. As we move to simpler and simpler forms of life, we find simpler and simpler forms of experience. In this context, experience is a reference to perceiving the world, either through pleasure or pain, or through seeing, hearing, smelling, touching, etc. Perhaps at some point, the light switches off and consciousness disappears, says Goff. But it's at least coherent to suppose that this continuum of consciousness, fading while never quite turning off, carries on into inorganic matter, with fundamental particles having almost unimaginably simple forms of experience to reflect their incredibly simple nature. This is from Scientific American on Unexplained Mysteries. And we know that also, according to hard math, and I'll leave a link below for you, because these are articles written by scientists themselves after experimental observation and conclusions. First, for example, study shows geomagnetic fields and solar activity affect human autonomic nervous system functions. But they also have articles relating to consciousness, meditation, and prayer, and how that affects the whole Earth and solar system as well, and the whole universe. If you'd like to join me on my Patreon account, you will hear content not covered by mainstream media. These riveting stories will be based on my research, and I will state my opinions and give my personal insight on diverse and controversial subjects and world events not covered by mainstream media, and not supported by YouTube guidelines. So whatever I have on my Patreon, most of those will not be on my YouTube channel. Please consider becoming a member today. More of the most significant and important videos will be on my Patreon channel. Your support helps me to continue my research and keeps this YouTube channel alive. And we depend on your support, your generous charity, because we help economically challenged families here in Athens, Greece, in Kapota, and we also help the young generation with university tuition and the community around our church. Thank you.